I have plenty of senior primary students at school who get all angsty at my lack of adult content books. But then I also have many who are still happy reading tales about fairies and puppies. I see a huge range of reading maturity, and it keeps me on my toes, catering for the wide variety of reading ages and stages. As always, conversations with individual children and their parents are the key to success here. If you feel your child is needing or wanting to make the transition to middle grade novels, I would encourage you to read alongside them for a while to ensure the process is smooth. As a bonus, I guarantee that you will enjoy many of the middle grade novels as much as your child does. Middle grade is a description of a reading demographic, not a genre type, with these novels being targeted at students in the upper years of primary school and early years of secondary school. They typically clock in at around 40,000 to 50,000 words in length. Tweens are emerging from their childhood years and becoming more aware that the world is a large and sometimes scary place. For this reason, middle grade novels often feature themes of friendship, family, social issues, and community or wider world issues with relatable central characters who navigate complex situations and try to solve problems. It is common for children to want to read novels with characters who are the same age or slightly older, using the experiences, mistakes, and successes of the characters to question how they might face similar realities in their own lives. Tweens and teens want independence and the space to take risks, but also want to receive reassurance both in real life and in their reading choices. Through the vicarious experience offered by reading novels, they have the opportunity to step into other people's shoes and walk with them, developing empathy and understanding. I overheard a conversation some years ago in my library that has always stayed with me. It was between two 11-year-olds, and one was recommending the other a beautiful middle-grade novel called Mother's Day, Anne Brooksbank, saying, "I think you should read this book. It's got a divorced family and the main character is trying to work out what is happening with her mum. It's a little bit like what's happening to Maggie's family, and I actually feel like I kind of was in Maggie's head when I was reading it." I had to walk away because A, I had tears in my eyes at how amazing this level of bookish understanding was, and B, these students were sharing a special moment, and I was not going to step in and ruin it. Chapter 14, Reading the Dark, gives further insights, but the tween years are also the time when parents and educators will notice a distinct shift in the themes explored in literature. Children are more aware of some of the darker themes in life, and literature is often where they will explore the moral and ethical issues around challenging topics. Literature can be a gateway to some really tough conversations, at an age where conversation with adults is often at a minimum. Talking through book characters has certainly been something I have done with my 10-year-old when trying to talk about the grief and loss we have experienced as a family. Feeding her a book every now and then with a bereaved character has meant we can talk about the character rather than her own feelings, something she is not yet willing or able to do. At all times, it is imperative to balance the light and the dark in the literature your tweens are reading. But try not to be alarmed by books with darker themes. Quality middle-grade novels manage the big emotions with care, deep friendships, but little or no romance, minimal or no violence, depression with hope, grief with moments of light and laughter. On writing middle-grade novels, author Alison Tate states, "Basically, you don't want to traumatize your readers. You want to evoke emotion and provoke thought, but you have to remember that your ideal reader is a child." If you find yourself with a tween or class full of them who have stalled in their reading, I would recommend trying some of the following ideas. Sign them up to an online reading challenge like the MS Readathon or the Premier's Reading Challenges in your state. There is nothing like a bit of pressure to read and the lure of a certificate and/or prizes. Offer new books as a reward for tasks done or as an end-of-school or end-of-term gifts. Read with them. Middle-grade novels are as fabulous for adults as they are for children. Think of the success of Harry Potter in the adult market. This comes back to what I have said earlier about being a reading role model, but it also shows your tween or teen that you value the books they read.